Hello my dear children, good morning to all. Welcome back to class 12 macroeconomics class. We were discussing chapter number 3, determination of income and employment. In the previous class, we have discussed about how income, equilibrium income determined by aggregate demand and aggregate supply. The equality of aggregate demand and aggregate supply is the equilibrium level of income and employment in an economy. Then today we will focus on an important concept related to income and employment determination, that is investment multiplier. So what is investment? Investment as an expenditure incurred on the purchase of capital good, new machines, new buildings, etc. that add value to the existing stock of capital, which enhances the income generation capacity of an individual or an economy. As per this definition, by investment we mean the real investment or investment in capital assets. Suppose if a household constructs a new house with the help of its saving, it will constitute an investment or real investment. On the other hand, if a household purchases an old house, it will not be called investment. Okay, that is the difference between investment and real investment. So, here investment enhances the income generation capacity of an individual. So, this is the key to the concept of investment multiplier. Income generation by investment. So, it implies that as there is some increase in real investment, this will result in more than proportionate increase in the income of the economy. Okay. So, what is investment multiplier? The investment multiplier coefficient measures the change in final income with respect to a change in the initial investment in the economy. Okay, so investment multiplier is represented as the ratio of change in final income to a given change in initial investment. Investment multiplier shows the relationship between change in initial investment and the resulting change in final income. So, how much change can occur in final income due to initial investment, and it is described by the term investment multiplier. How can we measure investment multiplier? Okay, so symbolically, investment multiplier is denoted by the English alphabet K. Okay. So, it was proposed by the famous economist R.F. Khan. So, K, it is the denotation of multiplier. K is equal to change in final income divided by change in initial investment. So, this is the ratio of change in income to change in investment. Okay. So, K is equal to change in final income means delta Y divided by change in initial investment means delta I. So, K is equal to delta Y by delta I. So, Y is equal to delta Y is equal to K into delta I. That means change in income is the result of K times of delta I, that is change in investment. Here K is the multiplier. Okay, so an initial investment can make multiple effect on income. So that is the multiplier, investment multiplier. The value of multiplier carries a direct relationship with the rate of growth in an economy. That is, higher the value of multiplier, the greater may be the GDP growth rate of the economy and vice versa. Then we may also represent investment multiplier in an alternative way. That is, we know that K is equal to delta Y by delta I. So which may be written as K is equal to 1 by delta I divided by delta Y. So we know that in investment saving model approach, the equilibrium is equal to S is equal to I. Savings is equal to I. So if instead of I, we can write delta S. So delta S by delta Y is equal to MPS. So we can write K is equal to 1 by MPS. Because here S is equal to I. So delta I is equal to delta S. So we can delta S by delta Y is the marginal propensity to save. So we can write 1 by MPS. Okay. So again we can write K is equal to 1 by, what is MPS? MPS plus MPC is equal to 1, or MPS is equal to 1 minus MPC. So we can written as 1 by 1 minus MPC. So there are three equations that are K is equal to delta Y by delta I, or we can written K is equal to 1 by MPS, or K is equal to 1 by 1 minus MPC. So from this we can understand that the investment multiplier is determined by two factors. What are they? What are the determinants of the size of multiplier? They are marginal propensity to consume, that is MPC, and marginal propensity to save. So what about the marginal propensity to consume and investment multiplier? So it carries a direct or positive relationship between MPC and the value of multiplier. That means higher the MPC, marginal propensity to consume, greater will be the value of multiplier. If the lower the MPC, the multiplier, the value of multiplier also lesser. Then next is the marginal propensity to save. So it carries inverse relation with MPS. So there is a negative relationship between value of multiplier and marginal propensity to save, because multiplier is equal to 1 by MPS. That means MPS, as it is the reciprocal, K is the reciprocal of MPS. So there is a negative or inverse relationship between multiplier and MPS. Means higher the MPS, lesser will be the value of multiplier, and lesser the MPS, higher will be the value of multiplier. Okay. So as we studied, saving is a leakage from circular flow of income, and investment or consumption is the injection to the circular flow of income. So if there is more savings, that means the income or the multiplier value is lesser. Okay. Then also the range or the value of multiplier lies between 1 and infinities. Okay. It is more than 1. The value of multiplier is more than 1 and infinity. Then that means 1 less than or equal to K, then less than or equal to infinity. This is a sign for infinity. So the range of multiplier lies between 1 and infinity. The working of multiplier could be explained numerically, algebraically and diagrammatically. First of all, we can explain the working of multiplier with the help of a diagram. We know that the equilibrium level of income is determined at the level where ex ante saving is equal to ex ante investment. And also investment multiplier is the ratio of final change in income with respect to a given change in the initial investment. So here using the SI approach, that is saving investment approach, for determining equilibrium level of income. So in this diagram we can see OY is the equilibrium level of income because the investment is intersect saving curve at the point E corresponding to the y-axis represent y, x-axis represent y. So that is the equilibrium level of income. So OY is the equilibrium level of income where planned investment are equal to planned saving. Suppose the government puts in an additional investment. So that is change in investment, and the new investment is being represented by second curve. This dotted line is represented the new investment because the government puts an additional investment. So the equilibrium will shift to point E1 from E, and the corresponding equilibrium level of income will be which one? OY1. Okay. So where the new planned investment are equal to planned saving at point E1. So this is the new equilibrium point. Okay. So you can understand this portion. This is E1R is the additional investment or change in I investment. So the final income is increased by ER. That is income increased from E to ER. That means Y to Y1. So the new income level is OY1. So due to this much increase in investment, it leads to this much Y to Y1 increment in income in an economy. Okay. So here the investment multiplier is delta Y by delta I. Change in income to change in investment. Let us take a numerical example. So here the initial and the only investment made by the government in the economy is rupees 10,000 crore. And the value of MPC, that is marginal propensity to consume, is equal to 0.8 or 80%. So the investment is 10,000. Then the value of MPC is equal to 0.8. So if we calculate the value of K, we can use the formula 1 by 1 minus MPC because here it given MPC. That's why we are using this formula. So K is equal to 1 by 1 minus MPC. So K is equal to 1 by 1 minus MPC is equal to 0.8. Put this here. So 1 minus 0.80. So K is equal to 1 by 0.20. That is equal to 5 times. So we know that delta Y is equal to K times of delta I. That is K into delta I. Delta Y is equal to 5 into 10,000 crore. That is delta Y is equal to rupees 50,000 crore. Then delta C is equal to MPC times of delta Y. That is MPC into delta Y. So delta C is equal to 0.80 of 50,000 crore. That is 40,000 crore. So delta S is equal to delta Y by Y minus delta C. That is income, change in income minus change in consumption. So delta S is equal to 50 crore minus 40 crore, that is 10,000. Here delta S is equal to delta I, that is 10,000. That is the equilibrium level of income. So here the 50,000 is the equilibrium level of income where delta S change in saving is equal to change in investment. That is 10,000. Both are 10,000. Okay. The same can be shown in this table. In here, the chain of event in the most important things to understand the follow. So, first one, the government has invested rupees crore in a given project in the first time. Now this amount carries on to stay in the economy and keeps moving from one hand to another. Then, as we know that one's expenditure is others' income. So this amount goes to the hands of people as income during the first period. So this is the income. So expenditure of one is the income of others. So the delta Y or income is equal to 10,000 crore. And following the MPC as 80%. So here consumption propensity is 80%. They spend rupees 8,000 crore and save 2,000 crore. Then in the next step, the income is 8,000 because the consumption expenditure is only 8,000. So in the next step, 8,000 is the income of economy. So the income spent by the first period become the income of some other set of people who is then spent 80% of the amount. So from this 8,000, the 80% will spend. So the 80% of 8,000 is 6,400 will spend and rest, that is 1,600 will save. So this process will continue till as shown in the schedule here. The moving from one hand to the income is moving from one hand to another till the total change in final income becomes 50,000 crore and 80% of the amount is equal to 40. That is 80% of 50,000 is equal to 40,000 crore as consumption expenditure. Then with the 20% of amount, that is 10,000 as total savings. Okay. So this is the working of multiplier. So here we have discussed the forward working of multiplier. Then it may also work in the negative direction in case of fall in investment in an economy. That means if there is fall in the investment, the income is multiply decreased. Okay. So the multiplier has forward working and also it has backward working. Okay children. So today we have discussed about the multiplier, investment multiplier. So what is investment multiplier? It is the change in income to change in investment. Change in final income to change in initial investment. Okay, this is an important concept related to income determination. So you have to study it well. Then as usual, you have to watch the URL, attend the test paper, download your notes and study it well. See you in the next class. Bye.